Hey there, Jimmy Roberts with Renaissance Appraisal, and today I'm going to talk to you about what you should expect when you're having probated real estate inspected or appraised. So let's jump right into it. Oftentimes we get the following a couple of different questions, and I want to address it. Well, first off, let me start like this. When you're having a real estate, your property appraised, the real estate appraiser is actually coming out to figure out a couple of different things. First and foremost, they want to learn the condition of the property as close to the date of death of your heir as possible. That's first. And two, they want to see how that property kind of compares to other properties in the area. So for instance, it doesn't make sense to compare a home that was constructed, say, in the 1950s to a home that was constructed, say, maybe in early 2000 that was, just really Mac Daddied out. Just doesn't make sense to do that. So one of the things that we get, a lot of the information we get when we are determining what to compare our properties to, we do that during the initial inspection. Okay. The other piece is this. As an appraiser, what I'm looking for: safety, soundness, and security. Okay, those are the three big things. I know we talk a lot about that when we're talking about FHA inspections and VA inspections and a couple others, but really that's kind of what we're looking for, right? So that's, as an appraiser, those are the things we look for. Now, from that context, I'm going to answer these next few questions. Okay. Now, the first question we always get is this: should I clean out the property? Well, I will tell you this. As an appraiser, I have seen a lot. Didn't want to see everything that I've seen, but that's okay. Life is life. Is it necessary? No, it is not necessary. However, if you will feel better, personally, making sure that the house is at least straightened up, meaning that you can move from room to room. You don't have to jump over stuff. Things like that. If you can make it like that, then that's fine. Okay. All right. So that's number one. Next question, kind of the same line. Do I need to make any repairs? Same thing. No, you do not need to make any repairs when we're coming out to do an appraisal. And the reason for that is simple. We are trying to establish the value as of the date of death of your decedent, which means that if the sink wasn't working when say your grandmother passed, well, we need to make sure that we're finding comparable properties that had similar issues when we're coming up with values. Okay, so you don't need to make any repairs. Okay, now those are the two major questions that we get, and two things that you get when we are doing an appraisal. Another one, and this is lesser known, another one that we get is, okay, now that I have this appraisal, what can I do with it? Well, as a PR, as a personal representative or executor, one of the things you can do, and one of the major things you can do, is one, you can use it you can turn it into the courts, or use the value of the property in your documentation to the courts to value the real estate. As a PR, one of your first and most important duties is to actually value all of the assets in the estate. Well, here you go. That's one. Two, you can use it for the final tax return for your decedent. The IRS does recognize professional appraisals as one of the things that they want. They want you to get an appraisal for all of your real estate to help you come up with the final, to determine the final value of the estate, so that for taxing purposes. Now, it's always been my experience, whenever the IRS wants something, I try to give it to them, because I found that, if you don't give it to them, they make it very difficult on you later on. They always tend to have the last laugh, so there you go. Make sure you give them what they want. And two, or three rather, and this one is a little known one, but it's real. By getting an appraisal, you can also use it for negotiation purposes for those outside of the family and those inside of the family. Remember, appraisals are objective and unbiased. So, You know, it is what it is. Whatever the value is what the value is. It gives you a good starting point to negotiate with your heirs and or parties outside of the family. Alrighty? If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down and ask the appraiser at the time. At our company, we make it a policy to make sure that you know that we have an open door policy. If you have any questions about anything, you can always come back to us and ask. We like that. We like asking questions on site as well. So if that's something you think you might be doing, again, make sure you have the contact information of the appraiser. I'm sure you will. And that should be about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Look forward to talking to you soon. See you later.